So PC, what you got, man? What are you up to?
PC's archaeological things around the backyard.
No, that's a tennis ball. Oh, my God. You broke the string and you ruined it.
Hey, what's up? I'm here for the Canada Day presentation. Am I in the right place? Oh, there's a keyboard. It must be. Oh, good. Well, it's Canada Day today, and what better way to celebrate Canada Day than to break out my Star Wars action figures and do all those different things. You may wonder why I'm dressed up like this. Believe it or not, this 4th of July, I'm going to be partaking in some cannon shooting with my good friend Davin Whiting in the Cambridge Common. Last night, of course, we played in Quincy, Silver Springs, and had a great Fleetwood Mac reunion night. We do have a cat with us tonight. And if you can get this is an actual cat. It's a real-life cat. This cat loves me. Chloe, how you doing? Now, you know, folks, you all know me. I love cats. All right, and I love Chloe. It's my son's cat, Chloe. Chloe, can I pat you or anything? As you watch this, this is like, you've seen that video of the angry cat. I'm dressed up for the, oh, all right, well, we'll try something else then. All right, so I've got all my accoutrements here. I've got my mug here, got all those things, and I'm sitting. This is one of the old original tuning forks. You use these type of things. This is anyone that saw the Keith Emerson videos here, they would actually hold some of the keys down with that. But we'll get to that later on. So let's put that off to the side there. Alright, so it's Canada Day today, and we're going to break out the Star Wars action figures, vintage action figures. I'm going to play some Star Wars songs just to get things warmed up. This is Star Wars, isn't it? Oh, it's Titanic. I got it. Here we go. Another one. Well, that's Big Panther. Star Wars. I know Star Wars. And of course, we all know this one. Alright, we're going to break out the moment we've all been waiting for. We're going to break out the Star Wars action figures. But before we do that, I wanted to look at, does anyone have one of those little iPad things, or those little touchscreen things? Oh, thanks, look at that, someone does. You guys. Today, 4th of July is Canada Day, but as we've read up here, it's, you know, you can learn a lot here. It's not just all fun and games, you know. All that Mike Travis and Paul Carroll zaniness dropping organs off the top of a roof. Bastille Day here. Any French Canadians out there? As you can see here, Bastille Day given to the English-speaking countries to the French National Day, which is celebrated on the 14th of July each year. Not to be confused with the 4th of July, which we here in Boston will be celebrating. So, I don't know where the off button is for that one, but we'll figure that out later on. All right, we'll put that aside. So now what we're going to do is we're going to break out our Star Wars action figures, and you know, you can't find these just everywhere, folks, or anywhere. Just put that off to the side for a second. I may even play sideways. So what we have here is an authentic See here, it's in the black case, heavy-duty case here. Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back series. And all that, and it's got the original plastic coating, original dust here, back from 1979, and all the different players, and all the stuff by the folks here at Kenner. 1980. I was in 8th grade in 1980. So we're going to open this up here and take a look to see what we have here. And blimey, look at some of the amazing specimens we have here. I should have set these in earlier. I was playing with these earlier. But we're going to break these out. I'm not sure what type of an angle we can get here, but it's really quite miraculous. I guess, first of all, well, this might work here. I'm going to do that. There's some firearms in here. I'm going to dump these out of the box here. Hopefully they're not loaded or anything. And we'll just snap this up. You know, things aren't made the way they were in the old days. So we'll put that right here. These are some firearms. You might see. There's snaps. It snaps just like that. It's as easy as that. I think what you might have here, that's got to be Han Solo's original blaster. He blasted, I believe it was Greedo. There's another one. These here, I think that might have been Luke's. This is a circa 1977 Star Wars, the first episode, really the 4th episode for the new people, and then that's from The Empire Strikes Back. So, what you do is you put these aside. Now we've got the action figures, and because everyone wants to start with Luke. To be honest, no, we're not going to start with Luke. It all started, I believe, with this little figure there, the robot, these two guys, and you can figure out how to name those on your own. C-3PO and R2-D2. All working condition. They do walk, movable parts. This is, we're going to reenact this part later on. Really, if you can take yourself back to the first Star Wars, I think what happened is when these two guys went their separate ways, R2-D2 was on his own, doing its thing. We don't have any of those wires here, we don't do those things. And then, he was all alone, and then the Jawas came along. You remember this one? And that happened. Alright, so you'll know what to do with this, right? Alright, so now we're back on the Jawa, that thing they drove around. So they captured R2-D2, and along came a C-3PO, and they recognized each other. But then came along Luke. This isn't easy, folks, by the way. So then Luke came along, and he purchased the droids. You know, they may even have Uncle Owen here. Luke just fell over. He's alright. You know, what happened too is, as Luke got older, this must be the second. That's from the parallel world. Those are the two Lukes. Luke, I am not your father. I am you, in the parallel world. It's a Futurama thing. I'll go with the old Luke. So then you got, don't worry, these guys are coming up later. Alright, so we don't have the father, but he got burnt to death anyways in the Uncle Owen. But then along came Obi-Wan, right? And as you can see here, this is really quite unbelievable. You don't find these things nowadays. You can kind of get a close-up of this. Really, and you know, I don't have to wish I was young again. I really am. Playing with these things, and you can make your own crazy action poses. Look at that, an intact lightsaber, or lightsaber, if you were pronouncing it in the New English. Lightsaber. It's pretty intimidating, and I think I just broke it too. So we'll put that. Look at that. Oh, that's amazing. So that's how it works. You can be concealed. All right. So then Velcro here. Put that aside, and then so you've got those guys. And then as we continue this reunion, then along came, let's see, Yoda. Yoda was the next one, so he'll have to wait. But then they came along. They met Han Solo. No, first they met. What am I thinking? They're messing us all up. Then they met Chewbacca in the bar. They walked into this bar, and there was all these crazy crazy things going on. Like you had this guy. I mean, of course, they wouldn't allow the droids, so these guys they can't play anymore. But then you had this strange-looking creature. All right, maybe we can focus in on him here. It might be on my other side. Oh, that's right there, that. So you had him, and then you had some other strange-looking creatures. So you had this one here. That, if you can send your comments in, of course, to Paul Carroll, the early years on YouTube. Oh, see, he just fell over. You can send those comments in. What role this guy played? I don't know which one that was in. Maybe that was in the bar scene. All right, so then you had this. Of course, this was the chick. This was something that didn't make it. That was when the girl from the third Star Wars was really young. She was a barmaid, but she wasn't allowed to take. And then, of course, Lando Calrissian. This is moving ahead to the second one here. First, he was a traitor, but then he saved the day. All right, but then you really look ahead to the second Star Wars, really the fifth Star Wars, I guess, where Yoda came along. All right, really the original Jedi Masters. Then you have, and this is really priceless. This isn't even the original one. This is maybe the best piece out of the set here. All right, Carrie Fisher. Look at that, Carrie Fisher. All right, there she was. They almost went with Barbra Streisand, but they took Carrie Fisher. So there it is, folks, and we'll just get all these guys together, and it's really quite an amazing time. I think we try to celebrate 4th of July every year by getting all these Star Wars figures back together, and always go in order of height and all that. And it'll be all right. Folks, we'll see you on the 4th of July. And as always, thanks for playing along, and we'll explain the sword thing later on. All right, so just a little goodbye music, I played Raiders of the Lost Ark again. Can I get a pizza? Oh, let's be ready. Oh yeah! I knew that would work.